Okay, so today, as we're recording this, Scoob was released. So I'm going to keep this basically as spoiler free as I possibly can. So, yeah. So, Scoob is not your traditional Scooby Doo film, and I was really worried about this film in a lot of its promotional images because it seemed like they were just trying to make Scooby Doo into, a superhero sort of film. And this is kind of that. But to be honest, I was pleasantly surprised on how good this film actually is. And the thing is, it reminds me a lot of the Sonic movie in a way of its story, to be honest, a lot of the plot elements, are done in a lot of other films. For example, a minor spoiler alert, but we do have a Shaggy and Scooby falling out and then get back together scene kind of thing, and it's just like, oh yes, friendship will save the day one day kind of thing, which is kind of predictable. But the way that story is done and the way that everything is, goes about is a lot more, unique due to the characters in this. And, it is nice to see most Hanna-Barbera characters, a lot of the major ones actually make a return in this film. You can see, this is why I said the minor spoilers, but this is from the end credits. It's a screenshot from the end credits I've zoomed in on. But you can see, obviously, we've got Captain Caveman, we've got Dick Dastardly, and we've got Muttley there as well, which is nice. And so, yeah, it is kind of a thing that clearly this film, what it's trying to do is launch, a sort of Hanna-Barbera character, film universe. And it's, I think it's kind of like a sort of test film, really, to see, hey, would people be interested in a Blue Falcon film, or a film about Captain Caveman, or Dick Dastardly and Muttley, Basically, Scooby-Doo is kind of the brand recognition. Everyone knows about Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is something that is still, relevant today. Obviously, not as relevant as he has been in previous years, but, he still has TV shows. For example, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who recently had some new episodes released, and the direct-to DVD films are still being made. So, yeah, it's kind of a thing in that it still has its relevancy. So it's kind of using that to sort of jump on that. But overall, without giving anything away, I did really enjoy this film. It is very much a very fun film, to be honest. It is a pretty fun film, and some of the jokes in it do actually work, but some of them are a bit. Some of them are meta jokes, and so a couple of them work, but a lot of them just go far too meta to the point where they're not even really a joke anymore. And so some of the jokes are a little bit too meta for their own good, really. But overall, I did really enjoy this film. You know what? I probably will pick it up on Blu-ray when it comes out. So yeah, I do highly recommend this. It's obviously available now for streaming. Is there any complaints about this? Well, yeah, the main problem is that is actually the cast, and the main reason is that, of course, Blue Falcon, Dick Dastardly, and well, yeah, actually, you know what? I'll just go about the voice actors I don't like as the characters, and basically it's Fred, Daphne, Velma, and Shaggy. You know, Zac Efron doesn't sound like Fred, really. None of the characters really sound like they're really supposed to, and apart from Scooby, who is still voiced by Frank Welker. So that is my only complaint. And the reason is that they just sound nothing like their incarnations. I mean, Dick Dastardly sounds, different, but he's still. it still kind of works for his character. I mean, basically, Dick Dastardly has only really ever had one sort of voice. And this one is different, but I guess it kind of suits the tone of the film. It's all a bit, and for some reason, Captain Caveman, my spoilers, but he does talk in this, like, literally just talks normally. He does say, Captain Caveman! But, yeah, it's just a bit odd. So, if anything, that's, the animation is, pretty good, pretty, fluid, pretty, bouncy animation. Generally, that does, suit the film. And the redesigns of Fred, Daphne, Velma, I got used to be honest. I think though, I don't know, Fred, Daphne, and Velma just seem a little bit too off for me from that original design. So, But in terms of everyone else, I liked Dynamux and Blue Falcon and Dick Dastardly's voices, and I think they pretty much suited this interpretation of their characters, because Blue Falcon in this is not the original Blue Falcon; it's Blue Falcon's son. So he has a sort of thing going on about living up to the whole thing. Again, it does reuse a lot of plot elements from a lot of other films. But yeah, to be honest, it feels like a pretty decent start to what, might actually be a multi-universe Hanna-Barbera universe. Depending on, obviously, whether this film does well or not, and that obviously depends on how well it does streaming, because this was originally going to have a release in May. Obviously, that isn't the case. But yeah, pleasantly surprised by this, and yeah, gonna probably definitely buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out. But overall, that's it for this. And if you've seen it, let me know what you think about it. And if you haven't seen it, then yeah, give it a watch. You might be pleasantly surprised. But that's it for this one. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.